What's up, guys? It's Lincoln again, the owner and operator of Ariel Tech Services. And I got a topic that I'm going to make today on one of my videos. And the topic of today is going to be, she's testing me. I don't need to be tested. So I have a few of my viewers and followers has been asking me about this topic of why do they need to be tested? And that's how exactly how the word it is. She's testing me. I don't need to be tested. So I decided to make a very important video on that. And these are just all the basics on how a woman is gonna test you. So let's get on in and let's just get started. Number one, why do women test? She has to test a guy. Well, the answer for that is she has to test a guy that she is interested in to see if you are the guy that you say that you are. Because especially like I'm gonna go back and say it, but especially she's a beautiful woman that has dated many guys in the past and a very attractive women. They have a lot of experience with these kind of guys. They have a lot of experience with, and many guys do that all the time as well too, because they come in a fearful mindset, and they don't want to lose the women. So they always make up lies to her, saying I'm this, I'm that, I'm this, but they have nothing to show for it. So that's one of the reasons why that she has to test you, because she has to see it to believe it. It goes with that word. Action speaks louder than words. And for a woman out there, she wants to see your actions. So don't take it personal, man. It's just the way that it is. Um, Another reason how she tests is because she has to protect herself in every way as possible, physically, mentally, emotionally, everything. So as soon as you start failing these tests, she's already automatically going to disqualify you already from and just move on to whatever it is that she's doing it. So the next one is going to be, how do women test? Okay, there's a few ways on how women actually test. But like I said, there's all many different ways. Correction, there's many ways on how women actually test. But these are just the basics that I'm going through and the most common ones that they're going to test you in. So we'll go right on in. Number one is she will, after getting her number, she will purposely ignore your call. Sometimes it's going to be for a few hours, sometimes it's going to be for a few days, and maybe like 3 or 4 or 5 days at a time. She'll purposely ignore her call. Now, most impatient guys, they're gonna come up, they're gonna text her back, and they're gonna be like, which most a lot of guys actually do that. They're gonna text her, "Did you receive my text? This and that. Why aren't you replying back to me?" Da 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 da. So as soon as you do that, you fail her test because, like I said, if she's a beautiful woman, she had plenty options, and she knows it's she has to disqualify you that way, because usually guys that usually get impatient like that, those are the ones that usually turn out to be control freaks, very impatient people, emotionally unstable, and everything. So they're automatically going to disqualify you immediately if you do that. Um, Moving on. Number two, she will intentionally talk to other men in front of you. Sometimes it's gonna sound like she's actually flirting with these other guys, but it could be a test. It could not be, but more than likely, it's actually going to be a test if she actually does do that. The reason why, again, we're going back again, is she's a beautiful woman that dated a lot of people in the past. She knows how these kind of guys are. She wants to see how you're going to react to that. Because you got to understand that beautiful women have many options. They know many men out there. And if you're walking in a shopping center, you're walking down the street with her, just going, or wherever it is that you are with her, she's always a lot of guys, I mean, guys are just gonna come up to her and talk to her. That's just the way it is. um you can't get mad at it. You just gotta just let her do her thing. And you cannot, well, easiest way to explain it, when you're walking down the road with your beautiful wife, girl, whatever it is, you can't expect her to walk down the road with her head down. No, it's just not gonna work. And you can't expect her to ignore these guys. If you cross paths with these guys and they start talking to her, you cannot expect her to do that. So you just let her get her out of the system. And if the guy just continues to not leave her alone or not let her go and just continuing talking, I mean, don't get upset at it. There is a way of actually handling that. That's when you as a man gotta come in, which I will do another video on that later, but I'm just giving you like just a quick brief on what to do in a situation like that. Um, so what you do is you just step in and you be like, hey dude, this is my girlfriend. It's been great meeting you, but we have other plans that we're going. We're going to the beach, gym, movies, wherever it is that you guys are going. And you just do it professionally and peacefully and just walk away from the situation. Um, but that's another way how she's gonna test you. If you get all mad and then you wanna go and fight with the guy, which I have actually seen that happen many times before, you're already gonna fail her test because it shows that you're not emotionally imbalanced and it shows that you're not giving her freedom. So she's automatically gonna reject you already because it shows weakness on your end. Um, let's see what number two. Number three. If she has a child, close friend, um, best friend, etc., she will test you by paying more attention to these people than she does you. Now, listen up, man. This is very, very important for you to know because before I knew this stuff, I failed this test as well too. Before I knew what I did now, this is like way back then when I first started getting into the dating scene. Um, you gotta remember, if she's a girl, some girls they're gonna develop best friends that are gonna be men from the opposite sex, and these are gonna be people that they went to school with. These are gonna be people that men that they grew up with their whole entire lives. Now, some random dude that she just known for like a month or two comes into her life and says, "You have to let this friend go because he's the opposite sex. He's a guy." You cannot expect a girl to leave her best friend just for some random dude that she just met that she's not too sure it's gonna work out yet or not. So wrong way to go. You can't do that because I tell you something, man. She will give you up before she gives up her best guy friend that she grew up with. She'll give some random dude that she just met for known for a couple months. She'll give you up before she starts giving her family members or her kids up. Now, the situation I failed that test in the past with one of my ex-girlfriends because she tested me with her son and her son's dad. Now, if there's a kid in this picture and the kid comes from another guy, you cannot expect, I mean, she has to communicate with the other guy for the sake of her child. Now, there's going to be times that she's going to go to his workplace, go to his house by herself. There's going to be times without taking you. You can't get mad at that. It's just the way it is. You get mad at that and you say, "Oh yeah, you can't really da 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 da," because it's no no you're gonna fail her test. You must remember you have to give the woman her freedom. You can't take her freedom. You can't say you can't go see this guy or you can't meet the kid over here. I mean, what is she supposed to do? Let one 4-year-old child walk by him or herself to meet her someplace? No, no, you can't do that. It's just a really bad way to go. You get mad at that, you fail her test. And like I said, she's gonna give you up some random dude that she just met before she gives up her best friend, before she gives up her family. It's just the way it is. Um, Number five, she will purposely tease you and make fun of you. Now, a lot of men always fail this test as well too. I'm going to explain to the reason why. Many men are egocentric. A lot of times it's like that. So if they get teased or if they get told that they're wrong or anything like that, it kind of like damages a man's ego, and sometimes that's enough to kind of put them in defense mode. So, um, let me give you an example. There was this one situation one time because I own a security company as well too. So I was at my security site one night. This well-known homeless female who was always emotional all the time, always yelling and screaming at herself. She came onto my property and she was like all dirty, haven't showered for a couple months, and she was yelling and screaming and just kind of. So I just kicked back. I let her do her thing because she's harmless. She doesn't hurt anybody. She just gets emotional and then she goes on about her business. Now, some girl that lives on my site, we were engaged in a conversation, and I brought up the conversation of that homeless female, and the girl immediately looks at me with a smile and says, "No lie, that's your girlfriend, right?" Now, if I would have said, "Fuck that, I'll never date somebody like that," I would already fail her test already because it shows that I am not emotionally imbalanced. But instead, I looked at her with a smirk on my face, and I was like, "Yeah, we dated for a couple months, and it didn't work out. So now she's stalking me, and she won't leave me alone." And we just and both of us laughed about it and continue on having a good conversation. Now, it's because I have passed her test. Now, women are not stupid. Women are smart. Women are not stupid at all. She knows that I would never date a homeless lady. Somebody as professional as I am would never date a woman who didn't shower for like 4 or 5 months, wearing dirty clothes, wearing the same underwears every day. No, no, no. But it's just a test, and it's just a way to have fun. Remember now, relationships, dating is all about just have fun. That's what life is about. Life is about having fun. Don't take things so seriously. Um, so hold on. And last but not least, okay. So you can't get emotional in situations like that. There was another situation that happened to me, which I actually did look weak. And like I said, this is before I knew this stuff. Um, I started practicing this stuff where I was on a warrants division and back then in my public safety career, and I was looking for a female that had a bench warrant. So one of the places where this female actually frequent, I talked to the commercial businesses in the area, and there was a furniture shop where there was this nice, beautiful woman that was working there, and I started questioning her about the girl that I am looking for. So the girl looks at the mugshot of the girl and looks at me and says, "No lie, that's your girlfriend, right?" And she just playfully about it, and I looked at her, I was like, "Oh fuck that." So she immediately kind of like pulled away from the conversation and never spoken to me ever since. It's because I wasn't emotionally stable. I kind of took it personal, and that's not really what women want. Um, Being a man is about being emotionally centered. Like some people like to use the rock method, if you, but I like to use the boat method. So for many guys out there, the boat is considered the man, and the waves in the ocean is considered the woman's emotions, just basically any, like, well, we'll just stick to that, the woman's emotions. So whenever there's a storm, you're gonna have waves coming from all different angles trying to tip your boat over. There's gonna be emotional problems. There's gonna be yelling and screaming. There's gonna be name calling. Everything is just gonna be banging against your boat, banging against your boat. But you as a man, you can't let that boat tip over. So the boat is you and your emotionally spot. What if you get emotional about it and you start reacting negative to those emotions, your boat is gonna tip over and you're gonna completely fail her test. So it's very, very important, and I see many, many men all the time struggle with this. Is they can't take jokes. They don't like being told what to do. They don't like being told that they're wrong. They just don't understand women. This actually works in the this actually is goes to the work environment as well, economic situations, whatever it is. This actually is so. But this is all completely on another topic that I'm going to be talking about that on. Um, you must remember everything that I talked about, how women test, women talking to other guys. If you, a alpha male, a real man, a alpha male, he looks at himself as the grand prize. So if the woman wants to talk to these other guys, or the woman doesn't want to call you back, a real man looks at it as, hey, dude, it's her loss. I'm fucking awesome. Women all love me. I have another list of 4 or 5 different girls' phone numbers on my phone that would love to take your place. If you don't want to get on my fun bus, the seat is going to be reserved for another girl. That's how you look at it as. You don't get mad and saying, oh, why aren't you calling back? Or why are you talking to this other guy? If she wants to run off with that other guy, you would have that attitude of, well, that's her loss. That's her loss, which I'll be doing a totally another video on top of that. You must remember, it's like dating is not, you're not going to pick up all this in one session like this. It takes time to develop that. Um, but just understand that when a woman does test you, it is a good thing because it shows that she's showing interest. If a woman has no interest in you, she would not test you at all. So I hope this video actually helps you in some way, and if you're more than welcome to share the video. If you want me to talk about other dating topics or other financial topics or economic topics and stuff like that, because um just feel free. this or any kind of life topics or anything like that, feel free just to message me and I'll try to see if I can make a topic on that. There's only, yeah, I'll try to see if I can make another topic on that. Other than that, thank you for watching and I'll see you all later.